Welcome to Let's Do Yoga with Joanne, and I'm Joanne. I'm glad you could join me today, and if you do like the video, please press like or share or subscribe so you can grow the chair yoga community and get the videos out to other people who maybe can't make it to classes in studios or, various places in the city. All right, so we'll begin with a breathing technique that is used in the chronic pain clinic because today's class is all about movements and activities and exercises and stretches that will help you with those tight, painful joints, sore muscles, and anything to do with arthritis or any other chronic pain. So the breathing exercise begins with a long inhale, and you visualize a light coming in. Then that light is warmed up and becomes a healing light and breath, and you blow that over whatever part of your body is giving you the most challenge. That's how it works. And if it gets frustrating because you can't see that light, you just kind of stick with it, and over time, it actually starts to work. So let's just try it, okay? So I've got my shoulders over my hips, my back is nice and straight without being ramrod, and I'm inhaling, slow inhale. Try and visualize a light coming in. It's all warmed up, and now visualize blowing that light and air and healing light and air over whatever joint or muscle that needs it the most. And again, inhale. Visualize a light. Exhale. Visualize that healing light and air now going over whatever place needs it. Let's do it one more time. Inhale a light. And exhale. Slowly opening up the eyes. All right, let's start with doing a little bit of movement for the neck. Just look to the right, do a U shape. The chin comes down to the chest and then over to the left. U shape back down and over to the right. Oh my goodness, I don't know what the cereal that goes snap, crackle, pop is, but that's what my neck is doing. So the U shape over to the left. And once again, I'm going to take it to the right. I'm going to do one more full movement down to the center of the chest with my chin. Then the chin comes up and I'm looking over the left. Down to the center with my chin. And I'm looking to the right. Down to the center with my chin, and I'm just going to look forward. So many of us have sore knuckles and arthritis in our hands. So this exercise is to try and strengthen them a little bit and move them a little bit. I want to make a semi-claw with my fingers and release. And I'm releasing those fingers wide apart. And a semi-claw and release. Now add some resistance to that. Pretend it's an isometric and you're trying to claw and release. That's the third one. We're going for 5. So for number 4, again, turn it into an isometric and release. And then this 5th one, just relaxed, trying to bend a little and release. All right, a full fist, bringing them together, making a full fist. I'm going to really try and squeeze it together and then release them apart. And again, make a full fist. We're going for 3. This is number 2. And release. And a full fist. And release. All right, that feels not too bad. I'm going to bring those hands together, make a fist. My elbows are a little bit up and to the side, and I just want to make a circle with those fists. I'm going to one direction, a good 3 times, maybe 5. 4 and 5, and then I'm going the other direction. Now I'm almost wanting to laugh because I know the first time I did this, I had such a difficult time rotating the wrists, and I just know there's some of you out there and I can't see you and you're trying to do this and it's just like you can't get the wrists to rotate, and I've been there, so I was kind of laughing there with you. So now I want to have my elbow up and a bend at the wrist where my fingers are pointing down, and then with the other hand I'm going to take a palm to those knuckles, lift that elbow a little bit up and just push into the knuckles with the palm of my hand. If you ever do this with your grandchildren, they can take those fingers and like reach for the forearm. And we're like hardly able to do it up and down. For some of us with bad arthritis, just switch. Some of us with bad arthritis can't get it straight up and down. So, oh, for those good old days and all that flexibility, right? But that's why we do these things, to stay as flexible and as limber as we can. My elbows are going to come down to a 45-degree, and I just want to make circles like so. And then I'm going to go in the other direction. Whoops. So if you do have elbow or shoulder issues, yours might have looked a little differently. You might have had a smaller circle, but, and going immediately into that back swim, alternating arms, opening it wide, really trying to use my shoulder as best I can. For some of you who can't lift that arm overhead, there's quite a few I know who can't get that shoulder up. Yours looks more like that, but it doesn't matter where you're at. What matters is that you don't let it get worse. So by moving it, it means you're going to keep the mobility you have. And that's really, you know, we want to keep the mobility we have. Okay, I'm going to take both, open up both arms, open up the chest. We want to keep the mobility that we have and maybe improve a little bit, right? That's our goal. And the good news is you can improve and strengthen into your 90s. So why not? All right, and release. I am going to do a few from the waist torso circles in one direction and then in the other. So keeping my hands on my thighs, maybe you want to grab on your chair so you feel more secure. But I'm leaning first to the side, bringing it around the front, then to the other side and bringing it back. If you are able to keep your hands on the tops of your legs, your core will have to provide more work to keep you stable. If you're hanging onto the chair, the core doesn't have to work quite as hard, but maybe that's not in your yoga journey yet. Maybe that's next week. And I changed directions. Did I say that? I hope I said that because I have changed directions with my torso circles. Good. Right leg over top of left, or if you have to help your leg, you help it go over, or if that is not accessible to you, you just cross at the ankles, okay? But wherever you are, that's where you're going to do the next few yoga moves. So beginning with my right knee over the left knee, I want my right hand to come to the inside of that right knee. My left hand is going to reach to the side and then up and over. I'm going to open up that left side rib cage, but I can't stay here. I have to bring that hand back down to shoulder height. So if you have high blood pressure, you don't want to keep that hand over your head unless you add some movement to that hand. Bring it back to shoulder height again, but I find it's just as well to take the hand away from the overhead. Now when I bring that hand back to shoulder height, I'm going to take both arms out to the side. And if this is too difficult for you, You can have them at your waist, whatever works. I want to turn into the direction of the top knee. So this is my right knee, therefore I'm going to turn to the right. And that's pretty hard to do. Come out of it and face forward. Turn once more. Come out of it and face forward. Here's where I say, push your boundaries. So make your twist, and then wherever you were stopping, just push against that wall that stopped you. You don't have to even go any farther. You just want to push against the wall. And face forward. Bring your arms down. Now the right ankle can go over the left knee. Again, if that's not accessible, then you're going to come up on the toes if you can. I don't know if you can see me there, but I'm up. I'll just move a little further back. So I'm up on the toes of that foot that's crossed over, okay? Otherwise, you can just keep that right knee crossed over the left. Okay, I want to, oh no, it's the right ankle over the left. I hope you guys noticed that little mistake there. And that you were saying out loud, no, Joanne. So the right ankle is over the left knee. My back is nice and straight. And I want to lean forward. And you can feel the IT or this band right here. You can feel it in your hip as you lean forward. For some of you, it becomes so intense that you'll have to stop, maybe even upright almost. But, you know, I've been doing it for a while, so I can come forward a little bit. And some of you will be able to do that. That's leaving your ankle free. So we may as well do some ankle movements. Using your toes, write the name of the last place you went on holiday. So for me, I live in Saskatchewan, and I went to Meadow Lake Provincial Park. Yeah, that's a lot to write. I'm just going to write Meadow Lake. Good, and I'm going to come out of that. I can really feel that in my hip, so it's time to come out of that a little bit. Okay, I'm going to do it all that same stuff on the other side. So the left knee goes over the right. The left hand comes to the inside of the right knee, or maybe you're down here, right? Wherever it works for you. My right hand comes up, and I'm going to come over and open up that right rib cage. And then I'll bring that back to my shoulder height. Take it over to the left side again. My right arm is reaching to the left. And bring that down. So it might look opposite to you, because that's how videos work. They show opposite. And bring that arm to level height and the other one to level height. I want to turn in the direction of the top knee. So that's my left knee on top. I need to turn to the left. So I'm turning to the left. You can keep your arms straight, but I have a wall back here. And then straighten it out by coming forward. Turn again to the left. Come forward. So on this one, we want to push the boundary just a little bit, right? So we turn to the left, and now we just try it a little harder, a little further. And then come forward and come out of it. So reminder always, let's bring this left knee over top of the right knee. If you're getting into a pose that does not feel good to you, you know, that hurts, then just back out of it and join us in the next one. So my back is nice and straight. My left ankle is over top of my left knee, or it's down here, and it's on its toes. And I'm going to try and lean forward until this IT band talks to me. And then write your full name, first and last name, with your toes, just to move that ankle. And so often we just rotate it in a circle, but we want to use it all. Don't forget to cross the T in your name, if there is one. And then you can sit up. So we want to do one more thing for our hips while we're here, and that is simply to move this knee and point it in that direction and touch down and bring it back. So it looks like this. I bring that knee over and touch down and bring it back. So if you have to use your hand, both or one, then that's what you do. Otherwise, you try and use your body strength, your core, your legs, and lift that over to the side and lift it back to the front. And then try the other direction, lift that over to the side, bring it to the front, and go for number 2, and bring it to the front. We're going to go for number 3. Go for number 3, and bring it to the front. Great. Let's just stand up, and I want my chair seat in front of me. We're going to stretch out the backs of those legs because we haven't done that yet, and we want to be sure to stretch everything out, make it feel good. I'm going to lean over this chair seat and try and get my wrists and my shoulders in line. If you have weak shoulders or shoulders that hurt, go ahead and go on your knuckles. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So I also want my ankles and my knees and my hips in a straight line. Okay, so I've got that. I'm going to bend my left knee and take my right foot behind me and place my foot on my toes. So, yours might be closer, you might be way back, maybe you're totally limber, but wherever you get to, you get to. And then I want to reach for the floor with that heel. So that's my right leg back there. I'm reaching for the floor with the right heel. And you can just feel the back of that right leg, probably more around the knee, maybe not. You can feel the stretching that's happening there. And just hang on to that for a little bit. Well, you have been while I've been gabbing. Then let's straighten the front leg and rock back onto that back foot so that the heel touches the ground, and so that we can feel the back of the front leg now stretch out and kick in. It's a twofer. You get 2 things happening, good things happening in the one activity pose. And then bring those feet together where they were. Keep your hands on the chair for stability and reach for a chair behind you with your butt. So you're going to try and sit down at that chair there's no chair there, so I guess we better stand up. That's probably what we need to do then. I'm going to bend the right knee and reach back with the left foot, placing my left toes on the floor. Now I want to reach for the floor with my heel on that back foot, really stretching out everything on the back of that left leg. Then I'm going to straighten that front leg and rock back onto the heel of that back leg. I can now feel things stretching out in my front leg and things stretching out in my back leg. And come forward, place your feet together again on the chair, and we can take our seat again. I did say, I think in the beginning, this is mostly a seated class today because we just want to do our stretches. So let's do a little bit for our backs, and we'll do some cat-cow. I want my knees a little bit apart, and as I inhale, I want to feel the upper, the chest, and the lower lung, the belly. So I inhale, I look forward, drop that belly between my knees, fill up. And then on the exhale, round the back, empty the belly, and lay your belly against your backbone. Inhale and look forward. Exhale, round the back. Let's do that again. Inhale and look forward. Exhale and round the back. And then we want to try that healing light once more. So press your lower back into the back of the chair. That's the signal to the body and the brain that it's time to relax. Close your eyes and let's see if it works this time. So as you inhale, think about a light coming in. And then as you exhale, send that light over whichever body part needs it the most. So that requires a body scan, right? Inhale, kind of visualizing the light and at the same time trying to scan the body to see what's talking to you. And then exhale, and now that healing warmed up light goes over that particular joint or muscle. Last time, inhale that good light, warm it up. And then as it becomes a healing light, you exhale and send it where it needs to go. And we can open our eyes. Thank you for joining me. I hope these exercises helped you. May your inner light shine for all to see. Namaste.